All right, so welcome back, everyone. So we're speaking now about the Farmers Registration Sensitization Program. And we do have in studio this morning Alan Mahabir, Agricultural Officer, Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, and Florencia Beckles-Gangaram, Agricultural Officer, Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. Thank you very much for coming this morning.
You're welcome.
This is Gangaram. Let's jump right in. Please tell us a little bit about the Farmers Registration Sensitization Program.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. The Farmers Registration Sensitization Program more or less is intended to increase the number of persons registering. And this is so because the Farmers Registration Program is a pivotal mechanism, which is an initiative to ensure that the ministry is documenting and registering farmers across the country. The major objective of this is to ensure that we are able to have our registered farmers access all the programs which are available to them through the Ministry of Agriculture. And these programs extend from incentives, agricultural incentives, which is subsidized inputs, and it goes to ensuring we are able to know what exactly the farmers are producing and thereby tailor our policies to meet their needs.
Yeah. So, Mr. Mahabir, it's a sort of streamlining process.
Yes, it is. What it would do, it would ensure that we have the overall sustainability of the agricultural sector by understanding our farmers, knowing the composition of the farmers, and then, as Florencia would have said, being able to plan and implement policies for the farmers.
Yeah. So is it safe to say then that farmers will benefit from this program if they register themselves?
Yeah, once they get registered, they would have access to all of the support mechanisms that the ministry has. And a major one of those is the Agricultural Incentive Program. You must be a registered farmer to access any of those incentives. And that could include from rebates on purchases, investments made in the sector, to even include financial support mechanisms like the agro-incentive grant. So we encourage people to get registered so they could benefit.
Is this also for new farmers?
Yes, it is for all farmers.
Yeah.
New and existing farmers.
Is it one of the, if I could put it, rationales for this program is that there are a lot of farmers out there, one, who are not receiving certain benefits, but also there are farmers who kind of, if I could put it, they are unaccounted for by the Ministry of Agriculture, and this program is being used as a sort of a net to bring them in under the Ministry of Agriculture.
Well, the sensitization program, which this is to ensure that everybody's aware.
Right.
Because we have situations where one of the requirements for farmers to benefit from the insurance schemes is that in case of natural disasters, they would get some sort of assistance to get back into production. If they are not registered, they are not considered for that program. So this is one of the major reasons. So we don't want, in case of a natural disaster, people come to make claims and they're not registered, then it would be too late. So we're encouraging people to become registered so it would be a fair.
Yeah, but is it also being used as a tool for consultation with the farmers? Because we just spoke about streamlining certain programs in agriculture so that the farmers benefit adequately.
Right. So once we are able to understand and have the composition of our farmers, we will be able to know their needs, some of the challenges that they would face, and then it will be able allow us now to be able to plan policies, implement policies to overcome some of these challenges that they have, and as I would have said before, to allow for the sustainability of the sector.
Mm-hmm. Let's walk through the process of farmer registration.
All right, so the farmer registration process is a simple process. It is open to all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago as well, but we're talking about Trinidad today. You must have land tenure, and you must be cultivating at least one lot of land, which is 1/8 of an acre of land. All right. You need to visit one of the 8 offices located in Trinidad. When you get to the office there, we will be able to assist you in filling out the forms. We will do a verification of your documents, and then the process would be completed.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about these offices to register. Are they far and wide? Because you have farmers in remote areas that they may want to register. So how do they do that?
Okay, so the general structure of the Ministry of Agriculture with regards to reaching out to the farmers is one where we have 2 regional administrations, North and South. And North region has 4 counties, and each county has a county extension office in it. And each county in South similarly has 4 extension county offices. And farmers could simply, we'd share the addresses, but we also have the Ministry of Agriculture's website, which is agriculture.gov.tt. It's very user-friendly, and if they go onto that website, they'll be able to find the location specifically for each office and the contact information.
Yeah. And is this the way that the ministry will collaborate with the local agricultural extension offices, farmer cooperatives, and other stakeholders?
Yes, we are currently engaging all the stakeholders who are involved in agricultural extension, both in the private and public sector. We're sharing the information and trying to get everybody to encourage farmers to come on board and get registered.
Yeah. Let's speak a little bit about these incentives, because you know how some people are in Trinidad and Tobago. We skeptical, and people may say, well, I have been a farmer for so many years, and I think that I have been doing my farming the way that I want to do it, and I feel, look, you see, the Ministry of Agriculture, they're just looking to keep an eye on me with this entire situation. So let's look at some of the benefits again to be a part of this program and some of the incentives.
All right, so all farmers that are registered on the program, they will be entitled to the Agricultural Incentive Program. There's a separate program to the farmer registration program. So they would be entitled to the incentives there. We have incentives for machinery and equipment, for vehicles, for irrigation, for land preparation and clearing as well. All right, so apart from the incentive part from that, you would also have preferential treatment at the markets, as well as you'll be able to have technical assistance from the ministry as well. Some of the extension programs, teaching programs as well that we have.
Yeah. This seems to be a win-win situation. Would you describe it as that?
Yes, it is, because farmers may think that we want to keep an eye on them, but in these times, for us to get the best use of the limited resources the country has and to target design training programs specifically for them, we need to know what we're dealing with. When the policymakers need to tailor certain incentives or certain programs just to ensure the agricultural sector moves forward sustainably, they need to know what's on the ground.
Yeah, and that's a great point. So let's look at it, Mr. Mahabir, in the wider context of agricultural development and food security in Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, so once we are able to understand our farmers, the composition of the farmers, then we'll be able to better target resources to them, implement evidence-based policies for the farmers, and drive initiatives that would be aimed at improving productivity as well as that sustainability of the agricultural sector.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the milestones that you intend to achieve from this exercise.
Well, we would have set very clear milestones and specific outcomes which we'll be monitoring. And we have proposed plans to be very transparent in our reporting to ensure that those milestones are met, and any necessary adjustments that may need to be made to ensure the program's effectiveness is maintained, we'll be doing that.
Yeah. How long is this program for? When does it begin, or is it already underway, and when does it end?
It is an existing program, but we just want to increase the number of people benefiting from the other programs of the ministry. So this one is a prerequisite to benefiting from the other programs, and it's continuous. There's no plan to end it, because the data that's captured from the farmers registration program is something that we want to continuously have as a state to be able to make the decisions necessary to have sustainable production.
Yeah. Does the ministry have an estimate as to how many farmers may not be registered?
Well, actually, we mostly find out about the farmers who are not registered in times of an event, like a natural disaster event,
Yes.
or people not getting what they want. They would complain to everybody. Mostly now with social media and everything, everybody's very accessible. So people will complain that they're not getting or benefiting from certain packages, but they wouldn't do the things necessary to ensure they benefit. So this sensitization is intended to ensure all people are fairly informed of what it requires to be able to benefit from the other programs. And one of the basic things is farmer registration. Because we can't just go distributing the resources across the country to people who we can't validate as production, because we want to ensure that the agricultural sector moves forward meaningfully, to ensure food security for Trinidad and Tobago, and for us to be able to even earn foreign exchange by increasing production in certain areas.
Yeah, Mr. Mahabir, but it is also an attempt to, I used the word streamline earlier, but to have farmers proceed in a direction where it is structured and not really be doing things in a willy-nilly way, so that they may benefit from everything that the Ministry of Agriculture is offering.
Right, so once you are registered, all right, we will be able to contact you as well if we have any programs going on,
Right.
teaching programs, especially new technology that's available. We will be able to contact you and impart that information to you. So we'll be able to target those resources effectively.
Yeah, for some farmers who may be now joining us, so we're talking about the Farmers Registration Sensitization Program. Give us the criteria again, Mr. Mahabir, as persons may try to register for the program.
All right, so the registration program is open to all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and you need to be in production at least 1/8 of an acre, which is 1 lot of land in production, and you need to come into the office to do the registration. You also need to have your land tenure documents available for us for verification as well.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add?
Later today, we'll be having a Facebook Live at noon today, and we invite members of the public to join us to get more detailed information about the registration process.
Yeah. Is it the Facebook of the Agriculture Ministry?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, so it's Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries is the profile name.
Yeah. Ms. Mahabir, any additional information you'd like to share with us and the farmers who may be viewing us this morning?
I would like to encourage all the farmers to try and get registered, and it will really assist us in targeting the audience that we want to have our resources out there to ensure the sustainability of the agricultural sector.
Is there a cost?
There's no cost attached to registering as a farmer.
Well, as Sprang used to say, you can't get better than that, right? Thank you very much for coming this morning. Thank you very much for the information that you have given us this morning, and to our farmers. Yeah? Thank you again.
Welcome.
Okay, so we are going to have a very short break. We're coming back, everybody.
So